Hello and welcome to Playtime with Dolphy and to the final, the last door upload for September. I hope you all really enjoyed this series. Next year I will be covering season 2 of The Last Door, since it actually got a surprisingly pretty good response. I mean, I didn't think that many people would enjoy it or would want to watch it because it is so obscure, but quite a few people have, and so next year I'll be looking forward to returning for the last season, the second season. Again, this is episode 4, this is the recording for episode 4 of season 1 of The Last Door. So let's go ahead and click on episodes, and click on episode 4, Ancient Shadows. Speaking of shadows, if you heard a sneeze in the background, that was Shadow sneezing. Previously on The Last Door, after escaping from his burial, Devitt finds himself in a cellar of London's darkest slum, the Old Nickel Rookery. In his pocket he has a ticket for a cell called The Four Witnesses. Devitt walks through the misty streets following a strange man who seems to guide him. He learns the legend of the Samorg, the king of birds. Following its trail through a dreamlike land of fog, Devitt finally meets Alexandre, a member of the secret group Devitt and his friends had at school. Alexandre welcomes Devitt and speaks of an entity called the Board that has been calling them ever since the experiment they conducted back then. There is no turning back. I have made up my mind. I'm ready. Go on, do it. Do it. Do it. And again, I will never skip the intro in this game. Yeah, it's hard to believe that after this episode there's 4 more entire episodes to play through. I wish I would have had the time to cover the entire series this September. And I guess I could cover the other 4 episodes in in October, but I already have October's uploads planned out. So yeah, I don't really want to like move stuff around because I'm actually pretty excited about some of the games that I'm going to be covering in October. And you see all these stars twinkling in the black outer abyss, all the constellations traced by human eyes in long distant eras. Looking out to the forest and the valley, to the old tower, from the last tree in the distance, to the stars in the sky. And even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. Ancient shadows that hang over the veil that hides the world. As if it were the curtain of a theater, the veil separates the truth from the lie. I don't know. Maybe I should cover season 2 of The Last Door in October. I'll look at my schedule and see what I can move around. Maybe I will do the last season in October. It would be nice to cover both seasons this creepy season. The veil is a place, Devitt, a place of mist. Anthony's great abilities brought you here, but his influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. You must find the door, as I did. The door that gives passage through the veil. Open it and we will walk together beyond the mist. I suppose you are wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot deny it, your letter was truly mysterious. I have been traveling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard about the massacre of St. Gall? Why, yes, the tragic event has been the continued object of speculation and grim rumor in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand. How is all this connected with my patient? He was there. I am afraid he is one of the victims. Dear God. Are you telling me my patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please excuse me for alarming you. I did not mean to give you this impression. Herr David was attacked, but survived. What happened to him, then? It seems the criminal was caught by Herr David in the midst of the act. Then he tried to do the same thing to David that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Herr David was hospitalized. The nurses report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. What was David doing there? Many years ago, the St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Beechworth spent a part of their youth together there. We can assume that Herr David was investigating something. He believed he had found a clue related to his friend's death. What was the cause of those awful deaths? No one knows for sure. The victims were inflicted with terrible wounds. All of them had an expression of utmost terror on their faces. I suspect you did not find Mr. David in the hospital. Indeed, he was already gone by the time I arrived. I have not been able to determine his whereabouts since. I see. What conclusions do you draw from all of these circumstances? I have some theories, but I would prefer not to reveal them until events have unfolded. In all of them, there is a fundamental element whose role has not yet been revealed. And what leads you to this conclusion? It is something that the Holy Sisters found beside Herr David, within the coffin. An empty hypodermic needle with traces of an unknown substance. Episode 4, Ancient Shadows. I'm sure this is the place. Alexandria's house must be just ahead. Oh, I can't see at all. Okay, now I can somewhat see. The ancient castle of Pevensey rests in the distance. It was a garrison first built by the Romans, but was abandoned and has been a ruin ever since. There's a large iron bar latching the door. It's quite odd that the door was latched from the outside. Ooh, can we investigate over here first? It's dark, I can't see. Okay. There's like nothing here. Okay, obviously we need a light source. We like badly need a light source. It's latched. I can't open it from the side. The house light's on. Someone must be home. No one is answering. Perhaps I should go inside anyway. I'll just tell the household that I'm an old friend come to visit. It's still dark in here, but at least I can see. Footsteps. There must be someone upstairs. A strange woman sounds down at me, glaring with a silent reproach at my intrusion. Wait, shouldn't I check the clock first? I'm used to these things always containing puzzles. A well-crafted grandfather clock, but it seems to be out of order. One of the hands is missing. I was right, it's a puzzle. It could be Pevensey Castle, but in this painting, the garrison is not in ruins. A couple of old teacups sit on the table. One of them is full and still warm. An oil lamp. I'll take that. Just some old bottles. An ancient stone well, a rope hangs inside, disappearing into the darkness below. The rope has broken. I'll keep this end. Well, that should come in handy. Ooh, a flashback. Looks like someone was buried here. I can't dig with my bare hands. The cellar door is latched. I need a key to open it. They latch everything in this game. Okay, well now that side's unlatched. We have a light now, so maybe I should investigate over here? Yes. I guess it's like a greenhouse? This pane looks as if it had been broken from the inside. The statue of an angel with its wings spread. Its head is missing. A jar of vitriol oil. I must be careful. It's a powerful acid. I'll take that. It's a statue of an angel covered in mold. It's glancing at me with a sad gesture. Okay. I don't think there's anything else really to see in here. Back into the house I go. And up the stairs we go. The silhouette of a man. It bears a strong resemblance to Alexandre. Someone's playing the piano, I think. Unless it's just the soundtrack. The silhouette of a woman. Let's go in here first. Alexandre. A note. There was a scribbled annotation in this piece of paper. The veil is something we sense in our innermost being incessantly. In vain do we waste our lives, craving to tear through. It is Za-Ilathal, the curtain behind which the great wings beat. Inside its ancient mist inhabit the shadows of those who left. Well, that's foreboding. This cuckoo clock is covered with dust. It seems to be missing an important piece, the bowl. So this one is set to 11:15. Maybe that's what I have to set the downstairs clock to once I find the hand. The face of the clock has been torn. Alexandre, it's me, Devitt. I'm sorry if I startled you. Is everything alright? Why are you sitting in a wheelchair? Are you hurt, maybe? Can you stand? He is staring blankly at some distant point as if he has not heard my question at all. You told me I should come here, and I came as soon as I could. Can you tell me what's happening here? He gives no answer, but persistently stares at something nearby. He appears to be in some kind of hypnotic trance. When I was downstairs, I could have sworn I'd heard footsteps. Were they yours, or is there someone else in this house? For a moment I felt a flash of hope that he was looking at me, but he's unresponsive. Alexandre, please, say something. I don't know what to do. I don't understand just what happened to him. He looks miles away. A misty dark overlooks a grey ocean. Gulls wheel overhead. A figurine of an angel facing the wall. A fine painting to the local Roman structures. They somehow seem more ancient in this depiction. A portrait of an old man, maybe a ship captain. It looks like he's trying to guard this chest with his storm glare. All the more reason to peer inside of it. A huge desk made of oak wood. There's a large iron hook inside. I'll take this hook. There was a fragment of a diary under the hook. August 5th, 1887. I can't walk in the basement anymore, those wretched sculptures. I feel them stalking me in the darkness. I know it's not possible, but I can hear the crunches, the flapping wings, stone grinding on stone, their frozen paroxysms. With what diabolical art were those gestures conceived? An eternal movement, a tension, an impossible struggle to get back the life they never had. I might place them outdoors in the greenhouse. Ah, so that's how the angel statues got there. And let them all devour them and wasp the nest of their hollow hearts. Okay, so we attached the hook to the rope. And we're gonna peek inside here, inside this room next. Is that blood? A camera tripod. Pictures hanging from a cord. They look as if they were improperly developed. You can hardly distinguish anything. A basin with a copper drain. It looks like some kind of red-tinted glass cover used to mask the lamp. Oh, so it's not blood. It's completely shattered on the floor. A glass jar containing a yellow substance. The label reads cyanide. That might come in handy. The image of a couple wearing rat masks at a festival. Another note. It's a big book of home chemistry recipes. A few pages have been bookmarked and some articles are underlined. 3149. Collodion for photography. Collodion is the vehicle by which the photographic chemicals are united upon the surface of the glass and the sensitive coating produced. Many formulae are published for this article, to which great value is attached. Some supposing that to its peculiar composition belong the principal causes of failure or success. This is only in a degree true. 3151. To develop a positive image. This is done by pouring upon the plate about 1 ounce of the vitriol spirit solution. Ah, I have that. And only then adding 5 or 6 drops of cyanide. Okay, I have that too. Then the plate must be thoroughly washed in water to remove any excess of the chemicals. I do not have a plate. 3150. The causes of failure. They would almost require a chapter by themselves. Alone experience convinces us that 9 out of every 10 failures come from a want of care, the presence of dirt, negligence. One cannot be overnice, careful, or cleanly. The best results always rewarding the most painstaking. If a mistake is made in the order specified in the formulae, quickly flow clean water over the plaque and start again. An instrument whose workings are beyond my knowledge. Okay, so we don't know what that is, in other words. So that's the photography room. And we're going in here next. A bus with his face turned upward. A large envelope of black felt covered in dust and ashes. It's labeled with a warning, do not open it under white light. Oh, these must be photos. So I can't open them yet. Well, actually there's no light on, so... Okay, I guess I can't open it at all yet. It's a letter. Dear Alexandre, I have excellent news. A contact from the university has given me access to a 12th century alchemical tome containing an amazing formulary. There is no doubt that sometimes mere contemplation takes the mind to places that otherwise it would have never visited. Leafing through the grimoire and marveling at the exquisite illumination of its pages, I have been struck by a sudden epiphany, a radical but elegant method that I have decided to try. Forgive me for not providing any information about the method itself. As soon as I get definite results, I will write to you immediately. I believe fortune has truly smiled upon us today. Videti ni quisiat? Sayat? Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. June 8th, 1887. The shelf is lined with strange and complex books. Some titles include The Movements of Shadows, Preserving the Mind, and Lessons Beyond Nature. This seems an invoice. May this document serve as a record of the payment made corresponding to the following work: The Cuckoo Clock, mechanism has been modified to give the strokes exclusively at 6:15 in the afternoon. Maybe I have to change it to 6:15 then? In addition, a special device and a switch has been added to synchronize all clocks in the house. Oh, so I have to set the other clock to 6:15, I guess. Picture of an angel with a gentle face. I don't think there's anything else in this room. Okay. Well, I don't have anything to place over the lamp. So, yeah, that's casting a white light, so I can't open the envelope in there yet. I am just poking around and everything. Poke, poke. I don't really see anything. Oh, did we miss this before? I think we missed this room. It's a diary. This is the last thing written. The last pages have been ripped off. October 12th, 1887. It's been a while since I can't devote any time to this diary for reasons beyond my control. An event most tragic has taken place in this house. Mr. Dupree has gotten ill, immersed in an everlasting stupor from which, it seems, he shall not return any time soon. Since the accident, I patiently take care of him. The doctor's treatments don't seem to do any good. I feed him like a child and make sure that all of the sculptures in the house are turned upwards towards the wall. What else can I do? October 13th, 1887. The clockmaker just left. He has done such a good job. In the end, Mr. Dupree is not going to be able to notice the change in the clocks that he had so insistently requested. In his state, time will not be a problem anymore. It looks like the diary will remember Alexandria's household. What happened to them? Pantry with spices and ingredients. Just an old bottle. Okay, so we didn't miss this room, we just didn't really fully explore it. Now we put the hook down here. Within the mud and door, inside the brass, there was a small board of brass. That obviously belongs to the cuckoo clock. Excuse me, everyone. So I have decided, if I can find time in my schedule for October, I am going to play Season 2 of The Last Door and attempt to finish this series up. So let's see what I can make room for. Am I going the right way? Yes. Low brass board, when shaken, makes a noise as if there was something inside. The board fits perfectly. Okay, I can't adjust this though. And the other clock is missing a hand. Huh. Alright. Back to poking around, I guess. Maybe I missed something in this room. Oh. Oh, you can take the light bulb out. Oh, now it's dark. Okay. Okay. So obviously we need to do something to change the color of the bulb. Maybe we'll find some red paint or something. Maybe there's some paint in the greenhouse. Actually, I fully remember what I had to use to change the color of this light bulb, and it's not pretty, but as long as it works. Old ruins, okay, that's the old ruins. We just keep going. The corpse of a deer, its abdomen torn open. It looks recently dead. Well, this is the most unique way to get a red light bulb I've ever seen. Now the bulb is grossly covered in blood. Well, now it's a red light bulb. I wonder what killed the deal. Now maybe we can develop these photos. Okay. Alright. Yeah, open it that way. Okay. Inside the envelope, there was a glass seat. It looks like a photographic plate. Okay. Plate, vitriol, and then cyanide. Okay. Plate, vitriol. Oils cause a strong acidic reaction. Cyanide. I've applied the liquids in the correct order. All that remains is to rinse the plate. An image is appearing on the plate. It's a photograph of Anthony, Elena, and Alexandre. Ugh. It's the rat couple from the photo. I don't know if that's a hallucination or what. Okay, now the bulb exploded. Are they back in the photo? They are. Maybe that was a hallucination. I'm not sure. Maybe I can go show Alexandre the photo though and trigger some kind of response. That is the general idea. Let's show him the photo. Alexandre, do you recognize this photograph? Take a look. It is you and our old friend Anthony, and there is someone else blurred in the background. Who's the third figure? Does he mean something to you? A piece of clockwork, a hand. Thank you. Okay, he just keeps repeating, the board awaits. The board awaits. So I think the time they said was 6:15. I have to set it to. I've put the clock hand in its place. I only need to set the clock to the correct time. So 6. Oh, you can go backwards. That's probably faster. Did they not say 6:15? It said total past 6 for the mechanism. Face of the clock has been torn. Oh, am I supposed to set it to the clock on here? 11:15? It said 6:15 though. But I'll try 11:15. Maybe that was like a red herring or something? Still no reaction. That's really strange. Alright. I don't know what to set the clock to. What if I just like fidget with different times? I would actually have to look up a walkthrough for those. Actually, let me look up a walkthrough real quick. Okay, so it seems like you set it to 3, which doesn't make sense because that time was not mentioned at all in this game. says set it to 3 and then use the level. There is no level. Oh, there's a level here. Okay, okay, try gold. Well, that's a haunting sounding cuckoo. Oh, now he's really freaking out. The board has burst out at the stroke. Now its beak is open. There was a key inside the board. There was the one thing that required a key that was latched. Maybe we can unlock that. Ooh, there were boards down there. Mold and dust cover the portrait, making the subject indistinguishable. This piece of fine furniture has several drawers. Inside this one, there was a gardener shovel. I guess we're using that to dig up the body. There are remains of a Roman mosaic behind this wall. I can't distinguish anything clearly. An ancient statue in poor conditions. A hidden room. A book written in a language unknown to me. There was a scrolled annotation written in English on one of the margins. This and no other was the function of the serum we manufactured at the boarding school when we were young. It is something that we didn't understand at that time, to accompany the mind to the proscenium of the big theater, and there help us to look behind the curtain that separates the world of men from the land of truth. To look, I say, if anything, to apprehend an image of what lives there. Just that. Will the hoopoe allow us to raise the curtain enough to walk off the stage and go beyond? They meddled with something they weren't supposed to, in other words. A huge cage full of leftovers and dog animals have been kept up here. Jars and test tubes. Everything is soaked in chemical residues, and the air is filled with the smell of vinegar. Innumerable jars full of murky objects suspended in formaldehyde. A bunch of dust-covered beakers with repulsive liquids. A few of them have developed fungi inside. Unlabeled bottles and lab equipment. There's literally nothing to interact with here. I suppose not. I didn't even see the carpet there. That's gonna take a while. Flashback. A wooden box seems too small for a coffin. The lock is very rusted, almost saddled. The lock still resists. I can't open it by hand. A wooden box. Ooh, we have an acidic solution. That works. Oh, it was kind of a coffin. The remains of a humanoid body, but with a grotesque animal aspect. Maybe a small ape. It has a collar with some engraved words on it. Old Mike. Besides the corpse, there's a paper leaf. Dear Alexandre, undoubtedly your methods are definitely stronger than mine. How do you manage to get results with such alacrity? On another note, my epiphany with the treatise of an alchemy was not accidental. When examining the text closer, I have come to the conclusion that for a time, Ragmundus Lowley sought the same thing as we did. In his account, he describes a formula that he calls hoopoe, yes, like the legendary board. It closely resembles the serum with which we've worked so far, except for minor differences. It's a pity what you tell me about old Mike. I hope it gets better soon. July 2nd, 1887. Something in his hand. The skeletal fingers of the creature are clutching a rolled up canvas. It's a map of the stars. And what do I do with this? It's some kind of navigation map. Several constellations are marked. Alright, let's head back into the house and see if anything's changed. Oh, I'd say something changed. Oh god, that's Alexandre. Okay, we're going. We're gonna see what happened. Love how the music changes to reflect the current mood in the game. Alexandre! There's a note. He's disappeared. Uh-oh. Okay. Some diary pages on the wheelchair. The paper was ripped apart as if someone had stripped it off the book hastily. October 31st, 1891. I'm writing this in the light on my desk lamp, hoping to be able to remember it all when the board's finally seen and the sun's blessing dispels the dark shadows of the mind. During the whole afternoon, a strong wind hit the valley. Oh, I'm rereading the same sentence. So strong that it has cracked the larger branch of the old oak in the garden. I find it hard to get sleep during these nights, so I read a lot while accompanying the professor. I don't really know when exactly I fell asleep. I was awakened by the chill of the night, which was seeping through the open window. I looked outside and I saw him. The professor was miraculously awake. What was my joy to see him standing on the balcony, watching the valley with a truly serene expression, enjoying the fresh and calm air right after the storm. I felt that a blessing had fallen upon this house, and for a moment I felt immensely happy. I stared at him for a while without saying anything, being afraid of dispelling a vision I hadn't believed possible for a long time. And then, in the midst of the silence, I heard a sound that froze me in my seat, and snatched all my calmness with which, with such a terrible chill that I will never forget. A loud noise beside me, low-pitched as the drag of a slab. Mr. Alexandre's snore, who was pleasantly sleeping in his bed. I've already made a decision. I'll leave this house. If Alexandre was in his bed, then who did they see? Out onto the balcony I go. A statue. It's holding something. It's a lens mounted in a metal ring. I guess oh wait. Oh, I was hoping I could interact with that with the map. There are some strange symbols marked in the surface. Alright, I guess we're going back in then. I don't think I ever got the achievement Master of the Occult, which apparently you get if you wait around in this room until a raven shows up, so I'm gonna wait and see if one shows up. I may have already messed it up by going outside though. I think I'll do this off camera then. Okay. I think we're going here? No. I think, if I remember correctly, I think I have to go back to the cellar, which I unlocked. The room that I didn't think there was anything else in. If I do remember correctly, I think I do have to go there. Was mumbling? Okay. What was that? Ah, there's a passage now. There's a mountain of compacted snow. Another note. An open envelope with a letter inside it. Dear Alexandre, I'm terribly sorry about old Mike. Will you put him to rest in his favorite place? After weeks of unsuccessful attempts, I've managed to distill the alchemical formula based on the notes you sent me. Certainly you're a master of this craft. The subject reacted to the serum as usual, rapidly entering into a state of waking sleep. Suddenly the convulsions stopped, and since then, he has not been responding to any kind of stimulation. He has remained in this state for many days. My diagnosis is brain dead, which should be our next step, Alexandre. I'm worried this could be the end of our research. August 23rd, 1887. A wooden secretary desk, beautifully carved. The flip top has no knob or lock, just some strange symbols. Huh. And we don't do anything, I guess, with that. Let me see here. Ah, those are the stars. Okay, I get it. Several constellations are marked. Okay, so let's start with Vega. It is in the corner. I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember these. I'm going to try. No, this is not the triangle that I'm looking for. Oh, wait. I thought you were supposed to mark each constellation. You're just supposed to mark the triangle. So, that corner, and then that corner down there. I'm gonna try this one? No. This one, and this one? This is really hard when you have memory issues. Okay, so that one is actually in between 3. That one's in between 3. And then that one is all the way at the tip away from the others. So let's see if I can match it up. All the way at the tip away from the others. I don't see one that's in between 3 there. I think that's the problem. Oh, got it. Correct, this is the summer triangle. You replace the crystal. The crystal fits perfectly in the telescope. Okay, so these are the symbols that we want to replicate. Looks like... so it's like a line with 2 lines across it. That kind of looks like a devil's tail, and that looks like a pitchfork? That's how I'm gonna choose to remember each one. Okay, so this was that one, and here we go. There's a small cabinet with 2 slots for syringes, only one of them remains. The voice again, it comes from the bottom of the pit. Alexandre. Alexandre. There's a chair in the middle of the room. A variety of surgical instruments and some jars with chemicals in them. Is this what you asked me to search for? Is it not? This is what you asked me to search for, is it not, Alexandre? Am I right? The last door. Za Elathol. The last door we can cross together. What should I do? I am waiting for you. Here in the mist. It's nearby. I can hear it. What is nearby? What do you hear? I hear the beating of its wings. It knows we're afraid. I'm ready. Sit down. Well, that was disturbing. A little creepy. Do you think that we will find any clue here about David's whereabouts? Now they're back at the original house. The police must have taken almost everything, but we have no other leads to pursue. Hopefully, they have overlooked something. What about this room? There's a sealed letter between this table and the wall. It looks like Hale Beechworth never sent it. I think it is best that you read it. Dearest Alexandre, please, you must reflect on this. We do not yet know what we are dealing with. If you were to open the door, it may stay that way, an open way for whatever lives on the other side. The last door. And I know we have a mini episode to play as well. Oh, it's not quite over. Now we're in the mist. Needless to say, the second season does not have our main protagonist as the main protagonist. It's actually a separate character. Alright, let's go to extras, and we have one last mini-sode to play, which is Death Sentence. Francis Baldwin. After being certified of your guilt by a pure jury, we find you guilty of the wicked and violent murders of 14 innocent and sick people. This probably would have been best to play like last episode as a follow-up to the second episode, but if you're wondering exactly who they're talking about, I think it was the caretaker slash gravedigger from the second episode. Because of this sentence, I am hereby authorized to execute you at this very moment by hanging to death in the sight of God. Would you like to make a final statement before we proceed? Why will you say that I am mad? You should have seen how mercifully I proceeded, with what love. I saved them, I released them, now they're in a better place. Do you still believe I am mad? Alright, so we have successfully played all the minisodes as well as all the episodes, so I'm gonna actually try to fit the Last Duel Season 2 into October's schedule, which if I'm able to, yay! I'm very excited about that. Again, this is one of my favorite horror games, and I would really like to finish up the series instead of waiting an entire year to do just that. I hope you all enjoyed the final episode of Season 1, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye!